Castle. I'm welcoming you to episode 6 of the Thought Leader Thursday show. It is going to be fast paced. I'm so excited because my guest today is the amazing Dr. Rob Bell, and you need to meet him. Let me tell you some goodness about this guy. So, he is a sports psychology coach, and I don't know if you understand why that is so very important, but besides being an author and a speaker, which is incredible, we're going to talk about that with him, he's worked with 3 different winners on the PGA Tour. He has served as the mental coach for the University of Notre Dame, right? Let's go Irish. Indy 11, an Indy 500 champion, an Olympic silver medalist, an ATP champion, a USTA National Champion. His bio is large and huge with how many people he has helped overcome and persevere and rise to success. Rob has also been featured as a speaker with the NFL, PGA, Marriott, Walgreens. He has 7 books on mental toughness. That's kind of his specialty in the world. And his 7th book is called Puke and Rally. It's not about the setback, it's about the comeback. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. He's been all over the PGA, the LPGA. He's got a podcast about mental toughness. It's 15 minutes on mental toughness, where he interviews all these experts on mental health and mental toughness and their hinge moments. And I cannot wait to get in the mindset of this amazing human. Rob, thank you for giving us some time today. Welcome.
Oh, wow. Thanks so much for the intro.
Well, dude, you have done so much. And I am just so glad that you said yes to this crazy thing I have going on, this Thought Leader Thursday. And I want to jump right in because in this book, and I know it's really important with a lot of the work that you do, you talk a lot about hinge moments, which is a really wonderful phrase. And I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about what that is.
Sure. Well, every door in life has a hinge. So if we hear about doors opening and closing in life, that's because of the hinge. If you ever hear of like a rusty door, it's not even the door that's rusty, it's the hinge that's rusty. So what the hinge is in our lives is it's going to be that one moment, that one person, or even one event that's going to make all the difference in our lives. See, what it does is it connects who we are with who we're going to become. Now, we just don't know when that's coming. You see, in life, and as you know this, is we can't connect the dots looking forward. We have no idea how this mystery of life is going to work out. We can only connect the dots looking backwards and seeing the impact that that one person had on our life, that that one decision had on our life. And I think the real importance of like mental toughness are these hinge moments. So no matter how bad our situation is, no matter how bleak an outcome looks, I know this to be true, is it only takes one. It's only going to take that one client. It takes that one call. It takes that one catch of the ball to turn our entire career around. And since we just don't know when that's coming, that's the importance of always being in the moment, always being prepared and being ready for these moments. And, sometimes we don't even know these moments happen until sometimes weeks, months, years later, the impact. The one part that we do know to be true is that tragedies that happen in our life, they're immediate, because from that moment on, then everything is different. But that's the importance of the hinge. And, I definitely live by it.
So in this book is so good. I just tore through it. It is such an easy, wonderful, magnificent, meaningful read. So easy read doesn't necessarily mean it's not meaningful. And you've got this you've got a couple of chapters where you talk about, those hinge moments and then those important connections to not
Mhm.
let them go, to stay in relationship when these setbacks happen, those important things that help us kind of get to the next phase, and part of that are meaningful connections. Would you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. Well, I think there are friends for a season and then there are friends for a reason. And, with these hinge moments, man, it's always going to come back to connection. I think the power of our relationships are where it's so important. And we hear this, but how often are we like really putting it into play? And what I mean by that is nurturing the relationships that we already have. And the power of connection, I think, always gets back to our level of confidence. And what I say in the book is, and that's the premise of it, look, it's not about the setback, it's about the comeback. So, like mental toughness is how we deal, handle, and cope with the adversity and the setback. So, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when these setbacks are going to happen. See, the only way I think that we don't have setbacks is we just are on the sideline of life and don't do anything or participate in everything. And then, you won't ever get criticized or won't ever fail. But I don't know what kind of fun that is. That's just a different kind of life. So to be in that arena, it is excitement, but there is nervousness, there's fear in that. it's always going to get back to our level of connection. That's how I think we really build that confidence in ourselves. We talk about hinge people. The part that I realize is that everybody who's been successful in life, they were all told the same thing. You can't do it. That's a bad idea, or, don't try that. And why is it that everybody who's been successful is told that? Because it becomes at these moments like a fish or cut bait moment. You're either going to prove yourself right, or you're going to prove them right. You can't be on the fence in these moments. And these are painful moments to hear. If we hear it from a coach, we hear it from a teacher, we hear these things. And then even more important than that is like, who's going to come along beside us during those times and say, man, don't listen to that voice. Like, you can do it. And that's the power of connection. I think we got to have both. I think we have to have that person that says we can't do it. And then I think we have to have the person that comes alongside us on that journey. And that's the power of connection I see to be so powerful in the ultimate, difference maker in terms of our success, but also our happiness and significance in life.
It's really fascinating to me because I don't hear anyone talking about that person that sets you up, that gets in your mind, maybe not always in a good way, right? That's an important part of that journey to success. And I find that, coming out of the entertainment world to be entirely true. There is no one I know that's been successful on the stage or in film or TV that hasn't had someone who's, pushing them in a negative way, or that sets them up in that way. And I that's why I really resonated in your book about that, because I think that is while it's great to have your cheerleaders, you have to have those people. You have to have people remind you that you can do it and that you can persevere. You wouldn't be in that space if somebody hadn't tried to push you in a different direction. And I love that you kind of hold both of those and say that they're important.
Yeah, it's actually, it's a gift when we are given that. Now, nobody wants to go through it. I understand,
Right.
right? Like,
Right.
ask your listeners who wants to have a difficult week this week. Nobody does. But that's the real importance of it, because only then are we really going to be decisive on what it is that we want, and are we willing to do whatever it takes.
Well, and getting pushed to that place,
Mhm.
where my mantra is always stuck is never the furthest you can go. And so it's really easy to sit in stuck, and to I think spend some time helping people form a decision and then taking action on that decision is part of your magic in the world. And I know that your work, you have really helped so many people excel in their sports field. And I am just honored to sit across the screen from you in these moments, because I think that what you're doing to help people prepare mentally to play or to show up in the world is really unique and great. And as in your work as a sports psychology coach, I all this work on mental toughness, and you've helped all different. It's your specialty isn't one field. Your specialty is I'm going to get your brain where it needs to be to succeed. And so, what has been a big aha in your field, or something that has come up even for you as you've walked your clients through this process?
It's a great question. And the reason why it's a great question, because I think we're always in that learning phase, and it's
Mm,
we listen and learn, or we know and tell. I'm trying to listen and learn, because there's only so much I think that a coach can do, but it's being able to touch the soul of that person that's going to be so important. And so
wow.
the biggest aha is, what's the skill that can't be taught? That's always the thing, right? Is this caught or is it taught? Now, I think mental
Right.
toughness, a lot of times it's caught. It's going to be that moment where you have that teacher that says, man, you're going to end up just like your brother. Or that coach is going to sit you down and say, man, you're not going to be good enough. So a lot of those are caught. But what's the skill that can't be taught? And a lot of times, this is what I think it is. I think it's the most difficult one. It's going to be that fire. It's going to be that motivation. That drive that somebody needs in order to, and I don't even say have success, but just to reach their potential and to be in the game. See, I think some battles are worth fighting even if you lose. And what I mean
Right.
by that is to follow that passion because you love it so much and you just want to be a part of it. And if that drive is not there, if that fire is not there, if it's like we love it, like we love to win, who doesn't love to win, but do we
Right.
love to prepare? Do we love that
Right.
grind? We need to be a part of that. And that's the part right there that if that person does not have that, then I think they got to find another way.
So
And this is where I
I
say,
heard, when in our little chit chat before we started here, that you might have some goodies for those that are tuning in today. So tell us more.
yeah, absolutely. I think if let's do a book giveaway. So
All right, incredible. Thank you.
yeah, and I'll let you pick it however you want, but they'll get a copy of Puke and Rally. I'll send them a copy of Puke and Rally. It's not about the setback; it's about the comeback.
So
That's
good.
it.
Wow, that's
And
that's very very generous of you. Thank you. And everybody, I want you to check the comments below because in there you're going to see all the ways that you can follow him and see all the work that Dr. Rob Bell is doing in the world. Well, thank you for all the work that you're doing in the world, and I really appreciate you being on here today.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, have a great day.
You too.
Bye.